Welcome to the Hospitality Influencers show by Raj Hospitality. I'm really proud and honored to have such a veteran from the tourism industry and a cricketer, a great human being, peace loving, and true motivator for many. Presenting Mr. Vijay Mohan Raj, Managing Director of Samira Travels. He's in the tourism industry from last 3 decades. Welcome, sir.
Okay.
I would like, yeah.
It's good to be here, and I especially connected with you because I knew you from school, so that's a added point. So I couldn't refuse talking to you, and it's a pleasure to meet good people like you and make new friends. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And I am actually honored because before I could speak to you, I was not even aware that you're such a great Ranji player. I was not even aware of it. So once I have understood that, I have so much of respect for you. Thank you.
Okay.
Dear viewers, I'm going to have a small brief about Mr. Vijay Mohan Raj. I just would like to read out for you, and then we start the show. Mr. Vijay Mohan Raj was born on 9th of September 1955. He's an Indian former first-class cricketer who played for Bombay and Hyderabad. After his playing career, he became a coach and selector for the Hyderabad. Mr. Mohan Raj was a prolific left-handed top order batsman for Bombay, Hyderabad, and South Zone. He appeared in 54 first-class matches. He was a member of Bombay team that won the 1976 and 77 Ranji Trophy, and Hyderabad team that won the 1986-87 Ranji Trophy. He scored his personal best 211 not out in the year 1986-87 Ranji final against Delhi, and was the fourth highest run scorer of the tournament with 751 runs, averaging 75.10. After the retirement, Mr. Mohan Raj became a coach and a selector for Hyderabad Cricket Association, which is HCA we call, a qualified cricketer coach for the National Cricket Academy. He worked as a manager for the Deccan Chargers during 2008 Premier League. He's also the secretary for the Veterans Cricket Association, HCA. Welcome once again, Mr. Mohan Raj, sir, for this wonderful show.
Thank you. My pleasure.
I hope I've read a little bit perfect because I tried to get from the net. I hope it is fine.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to you offline on that.
Fine, sir.
Okay.
So I just have a few very simple questions made it for you, sir. Just can I go ahead with the questions for you?
Yeah, sure. You're welcome.
So you're in the hospitality, like I will say, tourism industry last 3 decades, and you know that recently you have so much of competitions happening. As Samira Travels, how this is different from other travel agency?
Well, the difference between one travel agency and the other is obviously the service that the travel agent can provide to the customer.
Yeah.
We are selling the same product. Everybody's selling airlines, everybody's selling the hotels, but it's the service that we give the customer in terms of clarity in options, giving them good value for money, ensuring that we deliver whatever is asked on time, and also very good accounting system. Also, today the era of technology, where technology is is very important from the point of view of service. We have upgraded ourselves from time to time, and as of now, we are giving our customers the best technology available in terms of seeing the options by themselves, like a self-booking tool or a corporate booking tool, or having access to information of different airlines, different hotels at a on their phone itself. So we are able to give this kind of service, and that too 24/7. Apart from technology, we have also graduated. We are better than most of the other travel agents of our size in terms of the fact that we are giving 24/7 personalized service. That means the customer knows the person whom he's talking to. It's unlike the OTAs, where you go to a call center and you don't know whom you're talking to. But here, every customer who's connected with us, who signs up with us, actually knows the person who is going to be talking to them even after office hours. So these are a few things we kept in mind, uh, taking stock of what our customers have been looking for over the years that we've existed.
That's really perfect answer, and I think it's very very important because today, unless and until you're upgrading yourself and technology wise, I think we'll be always left behind any industry for that case.
Very true.
So the competition, when you say competition, do your product actually does it differ from others, or maybe you're an inbound operator or you're an outbound operator?
We do both outbound and inbound. We are into MICE, we are into conferences, we do air travel. Uh, the MICE is generally the conferences, we take those groups of corporates. We don't do brochure groups like some of the travel companies do. We do customized tour for our corporate travel agents. We do tours for walk-in customers as well, for people who are friends who are going to visit their friends' relatives, or walk-in customers who are looking for good packages, holidays, honeymoon, whatever, wherever, even if one or two people want to go, we can arrange packages for them. So there is a wide range of activity that happens in our office, but all that is connected with the end-to-end travel that our customer requires.
Uh, do you have any exclusive product of yours which you say, wow, this is the best product, or like you have the definitely better products like you have a honeymoon or mice or wedding. So you have any product which can differentiate from others, or you're
Well, where we specialize and did extremely well is in the conferences. We were taking these large groups of 200, 300 people as well from corporates, their incentive groups.
but
And
very
we were
challenging.
able to give them the service that not many other travel agencies who were larger than us in terms of network and all. So ultimately, a customer wants personalized service, and they want that we should deliver what we promise. So if we are able to do that, then we get repeat business from the same customers, and also referral business that comes because of that.
Correct. So I think very right, and it's very challenging. Like handling an FIT, 10, 20 FITs you can handle, but handling is such a big group with their
Yeah.
requirements, very tough job. Very tough job.
So we specialize in handling big groups as well.
Fantastic, sir. So you have been a Ranji Trophy player, played for Mumbai and also for Hyderabad. Please throw some light on the same and your inspiring days during the cricket, your memorable time, your friends, your colleagues whom you have played a lot.
So,
I myself is a very big fan of the cricket because I played a lot of cricket. So
yeah.
when I see someone like you, like I feel really proud.
Well, I'm born in Bombay, and the time when I was my creative years, Bombay was a great cricketing force. We had all the stars of India coming in from Bombay, so that was an attraction for me. And I lived in an area where I lived two stadiums just a stone throw away from my house. One was the Cricket Club of India, and the other was later on the Wankhede Stadium. And I also had although my family has no connection to cricket, but I was brought up in an environment of sport. So I had choices. I had options to play other games as well. But then I got attracted to cricket because that was something which fascinated me. And after I got into cricket, I never imagined that I would play for Bombay, or I would play for the Bombay University, or for the Ranji Trophy. It was not. It never even uh, crossed my mind because Bombay team was a team which had about 8 to 10, 9 test players, current test players in the playing 11. But anyway, I was very much attracted to the game. And then, as things would happen, whenever I got an opportunity to play, people noticed that I was somebody who had the tenacity to make big scores. And then it just worked from time to time. When I played for my school, I came from a school, St. Mary's in Bombay, which was one of the top schools. But they never had a cricket team. They were the top school in football, hockey, and all the Olympic sports, that is athletics and all. But they never had any uh, great cricket team. And because I was going for my training outside my school, it was not because of my school, it was outside my school. and I had the talent. People felt that I had the talent. I could prevail upon my school to participate in the inter-school tournament. And it's only in the second year that we participated. We won we came into the finals of the Bombay schools, and I got selected for Bombay schools. So that was a turning point in my life. I never thought I was capable of playing at that level. And then once I started playing for school, then it was only the way up because I had this penchant, like typical Bombayites, to get big scores. And though I came from the South Bombay, where all the Bombay cricket is played in another part of the city, which is Dadar and Shivaji Park, where the Gavaskars and all come from. There was no cricketing background on my side of town. I could still manage to get into the team purely on performance. So that's how my journey was. And then I moved from Bombay to Hyderabad because at that time I made that decision because Hyderabad, I had gone into the national camp, and I felt that I had a better chance of playing for the South Zone if I came down south than for the West Zone. Because West Zone had Sunil Gavaskar and all the top batsmen, so there was very little chance for me to get an opportunity. And when I came to Hyderabad, I first met I met a few people, and I somehow I it's just a coincidence that I played for the South Zone team before I played my first match for Hyderabad against the touring Australians. When the K News team came to India, I got a chance to play for South Zone based on my performances in Bombay.
Wow.
So people were aware that I was a player who had some standing. So I was fortunate that they did pick me for that particular game. And then there was no looking back after that. I just continued to play, and it's just that I had in those days there was no money in the game. It was purely passion.
Really passion.
And I realized at some time that I could not have continued playing endlessly Ranji Trophy because I didn't make it into the Indian team. Although I had very good scores, runs against 2 games, I played 3 games against the touring English teams, and 2 for Bombay, and 2 when I was in Bombay, and two when I was in the South Zone. And in all the 4 games, I did extremely well. So it was just by coincidence that I did not get the break that I was looking for. And then I made a decision that after the Ranji finals that we won in Delhi, where I got a double hundred, something inside me said that I didn't want to continue anymore. Because I wanted to go out of the game at top, right on top. I remember my mentor, one of my mentors, Vijay Merchant, saying, uh, ask, go out of the game when people ask why, not why not. So that thing got stuck into my head, and I said, now let me get out of the game and let people ask why is he leaving after getting a double hundred. But I didn't look back after that, and then I focused on my profession, and that's how I became a travel agent. That's the easiest thing to do for me at that time.
Any of your memorable, time with the cricket and like your memories?
There are several of them, but I would say my stint with Bombay was truly memorable. I got an opportunity to to see Sunil Gavaskar very close. I was working for a company called ACC, where Sunil Gavaskar was also working.
Okay.
And then I moved to a company called Nirlon, where Sunil Gavaskar was also there. And then in the Bombay team, I was opening the innings with Sunil. I think it was a great experience. He made a great impression on me in my life, and purely because of his grit, his determination, his discipline. And I think that made an impact on the rest of my life. That I always strive to be like.
So nice, so nice. So what kind of recommendation, like for example, a couple coming to you directly, not to your staff, and they come to you and they ask for a romantic destination. So which destination you will suggest and why?
Well, the first thing is that I would profile the couple. I would like to know from them what they have seen so far, what they would like to see, what kind of background they come from, and based on that, I would make a suggestion on what the destination and what kind of honeymoon they would be. I would imagine what kind of honeymoon they would be looking for, and then I would ask them and let them. In the sense, I would like to let them know what exactly I'm offering them, and I would see the reaction. So uh, there's no fixed idea on what kind of a destination you would give. It all depends on the customer. There are several honeymoon destinations that one can locate, but we would like to when you're going for a honeymoon, you're going because you're going to spend time with each other. I mean, I appreciate that. So I would be looking for what the customer's background is while trying to give him
I
a
think
suggestion.
very true, very true. But then, do you have anything in mind, like, oh wow, this is must to see destination for the couple?
Well, for myself, yes, I have a lot of destinations in mind, but I don't want to push my customer into what I would like,
Correct.
and I don't do that. Normally, I don't try to push my ideas onto the customer as a travel agent.
So you have been in the industry for last 3 decades now. So you started from a very small, and today you are big,
Yeah.
definitely a very big company. How was your journey from the zero to 100 today?
Well, I think mine is a good story to relate to many people who think that the only way to start a business is to have money.
Oh,
When I started my business, I didn't have any money. I had I had just finished my cricket. My salary was very minimal. In those days, you got paid maybe 2,000 rupees a month, even if you were a first class cricketer. So my salary was very minimal. I had moved to Hyderabad, and I honestly didn't have even money to pay my rent for the office. But at that time, I had a stroke of luck, and I had a person because I was well known in my local areas, in my cricket. I had started a company called Samira Travels at that time. I just registered the company because there were three people who motivated me to join them. I was not even aware of what travel agency was. But there were three other people who said, look, Vijay is starting a company, why don't you join us? And I was in those days playing professional cricket in England. I used to go every summer and play, and I got to know on the phone when I was talking to them on the phone line in England, from England, that they were going to name this agency as Samira Travels and Tours
okay.
Private Limited. And Samira happened to be the name of my daughter. So
Oh,
I was wondering, I told them, why are you naming it Samira? I'm not going to be there for a long time. It's a short haul for me. And they even spelled it wrong. My daughter's spelling was Samira. They spelled it Samer.
okay.
And as Providence would say that finally that company came to me because all of them walked out after some time. They didn't want to invest money, and I was stuck with this business because I had to actually pay off some creditors who had supplied tickets to us. At that time, we were not IFA. And then I got stuck with it, and then I took over with all earnestness, and I brought this company up to where it is now.
How's
So
it trans? Yeah, sorry, please go ahead.
today we have around 45 employees, and we have two offices, one in Hyderabad, one in Bangalore, and we have clients all over.
That's a something, like for today's youngsters and also for the today people, think that there should be a lot of money to start. But when you started from a scrap.
Yeah, and I was telling you about what happened. My landlord, who gave me this premises in Hyderabad, knew me because of my cricket. He had come to Bombay at some time and watched a match where I was playing for Hyderabad, and he recognized me and he said, and I told him that I wanted his premises because there was an earlier agency there, so it was already a well set premise. And he said, can you pay the rent? And I said, no, I don't have that kind of money to pay you the deposit, but I can pay you the rent. And he said, okay, fine, sign the agreement. And he brought an agreement and he made me sign the agreement for rent, and he said, you can pay me the deposit later.
How
And
much
then
was it?
that was in the year 1988, 88. That is just after I finished my cricket.
How much was the rent that time?
I was paying for a 550 square feet premises, 3,000 rupees. And he asked me for 3 months deposit for the agreement. And I said, I don't have 9,000 rupees now. And I didn't have furniture as well. So There was another gentleman who I met. He was manufacturing steel furniture. So again, he recognized who I was, and he said, "Okay, I'll give you the furniture on installments." And he furnished. He gave me some few tables and chairs and cupboards and all, and he did it on goodwill and installments. So I had absolutely no money at that time, and we started this company purely on I don't know whether to call it foolishness or grit or determination, but we did start this company.
And how was your transformation from cricket to the tourism? Because it does not have any connections. What was
No
that?
connection.
You had anything else in mind?
My only exposure to tourism was an air travel ticket was given to me by one of the guys who made me join Samira Travels as a partner, and he used to come and make my travel arrangements. And he's the one who thought that I would bring him a lot of business because of groups. Cricket groups used to go there those days to England, and I was very well connected in England because I was playing there for quite a few years. So he thought that I could, generate a lot of business for the company by. So he wanted me to join, and that's how I got into travel. Not because of my ability to be a travel agent.
Now you've been in Hyderabad for quite a long time, and also in Skoll International on a position of a director. I'm sure you would have done lots of, fabulous things as far as promoting Hyderabad and Hyderabad cuisine and maybe the culture. So can you just highlight certain things what you've done?
Sure. When I got into travel, I was not non-IIT agent, and then later on I got motivated into becoming an IIT agent. This was after 3 years that we started the travel, 3 or 4 years. And then the moment I became an IIT agent, I was called by one of the other agents to join an organization called Travel Agent Association of India. So I became a member, and as things happened by chance, that in the very first year that I became a member of Travel Agent Association of India in AP chapter, they made me the treasurer. And after became an office bearer, then I started looking up, and finally I became chairman of the AP chapter. And I learned so much from the being in this association because of the exposure that I got, attending congresses, attending meetings, and dealing with problems of different travel agents in our area of activity. That I got more and more interested in getting knowledge on how to be a good travel agent. This knowledge helped me in many ways in setting up my office, in improving my office as well. And then I joined Skoll because a time member, many of the time members who were of standing, they were invited by Skoll in the local chapter to join them. So Skoll is an organization which has got all the arms of the travel industry. It's not only travel agents, it's tour operators, it's airlines. So I got an opportunity to meet many people on first hand very closely, network with them. And then over a period of time, I was not because I was in Travel Agent Association of India, I became a national committee member, and I got involved with the association in many ways. After that, Skoll was I went on one of the congresses to New York, a Skoll Congress, just on a holiday because I had never been on a cruise at that time. And I told my wife, let's go and have a good time. So I visited New York. The cruise started from New York. And we had a World Congress on the cruise. That was the Skoll World Congress. And that gave me an opportunity to meet people from different countries. Like Skoll is connected with 350 cities, 15,000 members from different countries. So I got a chance to meet many people, and I got fascinated by that, and especially about the ideology of Skoll, what they do, and what are the objectives, things like that. So I got attracted to Skoll. And then the members who came along with me from Hyderabad had already proposed that they would be bringing a Skoll Congress to Hyderabad. Okay. I was not part of that. So in New York, they were already starting the campaign to propose a Skoll Congress after 3 years to Hyderabad. And they somehow, because I had the distinction of doing a Thai Congress in Hyderabad, the first Congress at the HICC, or the first big event at HICC was done at the Thai Congress, which was done by me as chairman of the AP chapter. So they were aware of my ability to organize a congress. So they all got after me and they said, "Look, Vijay, you have to become the president next year for Small Hyderabad." I said, I was not even a committee member. So when we came back to India and when we came to Hyderabad, they were very serious about it and they proposed my name.
Okay.
And I just got carried away and I took that post of Small President of Hyderabad.
Wow.
Now the reason why I became Small President was very clear cut. That my job was to bring the Congress to Hyderabad and then also to organize it. So to bring the Congress, I had to start on the bid document. So we made the bid document. We were a group. We were a very good managing committee at that time. We got together and made a bid document. We failed the first year. We wanted to bring the 2016 Congress, 2017 Congress to Hyderabad. We failed on that. And then again we bid the next year. And we got the 2018 approval for the 2018 Congress. For that we had to canvass and there was a voting and things like that. For which I went to Spain, that is Torremolinos, to make the presentation on behalf of Hyderabad. And we succeeded in that presentation which I made in front of the entire general body. They voted Hyderabad into the Congress. And this was in 2018. And mind you, we did not have any money. Even Hyderabad did not have money to put as a seat capital for the Congress. And we just went for it. And, people asked me, how are you going to do it? And I said, look, first the stop is we got the Congress. The second is to get the money. So you don't have the money, but we have to get the money from sponsors. So we approached the state government. We approached the state government, and the state government was, we made a presentation. And the state government was very excited that we were going to bring a World Congress which will promote travel and tourism. And they said we will back you. So that's how it all started. And we finally did the Congress, and I think it was a huge Congress. We did it at the HICC again. And it's, as I understand, that I have attended many other congresses, and people have got back to me and told that the Hyderabad Congress was truly memorable. So it was not only a Congress, but it was also an exhibition where we gave an opportunity for members of the trade to showcase their wares and by having stalls in that exhibition. So it was a very successful Congress. And based on the performance that we had in the Congress, I benefited because I was nominated by the succession committee of World Skoll International to be nominated as a candidate for the post of director. And then there was an election in Mombasa, which was, I think, in 2018. And I was elected as one of the directors. So there are 3 directors, there are 2 vice presidents, there is 1 president. That is the decision-making body of the World Congress of the world. It's called International of the World. So I'm one of the 6 people. I still hold that post, and maybe I'll hold it for another year. If in case I become vice president next year, this year, then I will be on that post for another 2 years. And if I succeed after that, I might become the world first president, Indian president of a World Congress. It's called World. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Something very, very superb. Very good.
So that's how we judge it.
That was a very exciting when you're saying it. So I'm getting fascinated because this year I think most probably I'll be taking over as the president for Trivandrum. But so I have a lot of things to learn. Maybe I'll come down to Hyderabad and learn a lot of things from you also.
Okay.
So what are your suggestions for the new entrants in the tourism? Someone is trying to come.
Well, I think unfortunately this is the time when we cannot motivate people to come into tourism.
Sure.
Because at present tourism is on a complete hold. There's hardly any potential, hardly anything happening anywhere in the world. So even outbound, even inbound tourism is on complete hold. But there has been a history of such kind of situations. Uh, as I can understand this, that there's been an H1N1 flu, then there was a SARS, and each time there has been, and the World War before that, and then the Spanish flu before that. And I have read about it that each time something like this happened in the world, the tourism grew much more than it had been earlier, which I coined a terminology called revenge tourism. Okay, so if you call it revenge tourism, is that people come out in bigger numbers in order to visit places because they have been curbed for quite some time from their natural instincts of seeing places, meeting people, things like that. So what I am looking at is maybe from the next year, 2021, hopefully if there is a solution to this pandemic, uh, I think we can expect a surge in numbers. So I think travel and tourism is one activity, or it's a great employment generator. And no government in the world can prosper if they do not promote travel and tourism because of simple reason that whatever may be the economics, one in every 10 persons that get employed in the world are from the industry. It's from the travel, tourism, hospitality industry. And if you take into account the indirect employment that this generates, it is one in every five.
Okay.
So these are all WTO statistics, UNWTO statistics that I'm giving. It's not statistics which we have read. These are the latest analysis. So I think eventually tourism will have to come good if we want that the economic position of the world in every country uh, is on track. So I am very positive that it will happen. I don't know when it will happen, and I hope that it happens in short.
Sir, thank you very much. And my two more small questions for you. So, what is the support you have been looking from the government to promote travel and tourism as far as Telangana or Hyderabad is concerned, your particular state is concerned?
Okay. The first thing is that if you our travel and tourism trade has gone berserk, and 10 years back, this debate and deliberation has started 10 years back. When I was on the travel agent association managing committee, we made a white paper. The white paper was that we must restructure the industry.
Okay.
When you say restructure the industry, based on the Consumer Protection Act, which was in 1986 brought in, we must the industry must be in a position to perform to protect the consumer. That was the basis on which this particular white paper was made. And restructuring of the industries, there are a lot of fly-by-night operators we have. We have a lot of agents who are non they're neither IATA, they are neither members of any IOTO or any tourism body. They don't have the credibility, and they continue to exist. The unfortunate part is that in today's scenario, if you have a system and you have consolidators uh, connectivity, you can become a travel agent. You can work as a travel agent, but the customer doesn't know at any time whether you're an authorized travel agent or not an authorized travel agent or a tour operator or a whatever. Okay, and you're a scholar president, so let me just tell you that there are 30 categories of different uh, arms of the industry who are members of SCOL. That means there are 30 different categories who are part of the travel, tourism, and hospitality industries. That can be a part of SCOL, and that can be a part of the industry. So we are talking about restructuring of these 30 categories, where everybody who's a stakeholder is got credentials, who's following the minimum credentials as required legally to become part of the industry. And there are many countries which are already following this model. Singapore is one of them. Malaysia is another one. There are many countries which are following this model. So I think if we restructure the industry, then I think we will solve many of the ills that are existing of of unethical competition, of fly-by-night operators, and also there are a lot of companies uh, which are not protecting working legally, and which means the customer has no recourse to no legal recourse. If a consumer goes to court, first of all, a consumer will never go to court for say one instance. Okay, he doesn't have the time and money to spend on legal cases. So that's the advantage that these people have taken, and they have been there's no protection for the consumer. So this is what we wanted the government to do, and I'm happy that especially this year, our state government has taken cognizance of it. I don't know; it's not yet happened, but because of this COVID that has taken place, we could not go further on that. But they have promised that they will take action according to what our requirement is.
Okay, okay, sir. That's very nice, sir. Because Hyderabad is, I will definitely say, because very beautiful state. You know, it's the modern,
Yeah.
very modern. Yeah.
But
Sir,
I hope this happens across the country. It's no point in happening in one state.
correct. And like, what are suggestions for the youngsters today? Because as you know, that a lot of youngsters are getting upset because they lost their job. Many of them are not getting salaries from last 3 4 months,
Yeah, sure.
and they don't have a guarantee that whether they're going to get back the job or not. Hospitality industry, especially hospitality industry, the students, they're worried that they may get a the winter training program or not, or maybe the colleges are not going to open. So there are a lot of issues happening. So what kind of message you would like to give to the youngsters?
Like I said to you earlier, that travel and tourism has to come back. It's not something which is going to die out. Okay? It's a matter of time.
Yeah.
And I would suggest, I would recommend to all the youngsters and all those people who are working with travel agencies or who have lost their jobs, is to keep upgrading. This is the best time where you can gain knowledge, keep upgrading your knowledge, keep learning new things as far as technology is concerned, and be prepared to come out stronger when things come on board.
Correct.
Although they've lost jobs now, these jobs will come back because nobody. There will be a time when we'll be looking for trained people, people who have got the ability, who have got the skill, and I think that is one thing which will happen. And I think by the time uh, the travel tourism bounces back, the skills required will be much higher than what it is now.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So I think since it is your profession, I would tell you, since it is your profession, this is something you already know. It is advisable that you continue to be patient and continue to upgrade yourself in the same profession.
Very true, sir. I think I really agree with your this answer, because that's what has to be done, because you cannot die. You cannot be knocked down. So definitely this is the time where they can really learn a lot of things and update themselves with the technology, of course, and become the best. Like more stronger when they can come. It's a fantastic answer, sir. And as a Samira Travels, from the Samira Travels Private Limited, what is your focus next 5 years? Where do you stand yourself?
But I've not thought about 5 years because I don't know where I'll be after 5 years. But I can only say that I look at the moment. I've always looked at the moment. And I feel that at any time I would like to spend my day uh, being satisfied at the end of the day that I've done something useful. And I am one person who, whether the future is bright or not bright, I look at it in a different way. But I would like to upgrade it every time. And yeah, I would like to learn every moment. I would also encourage the people working with me in my team to keep learning. As a matter of fact, we use this lockdown time very useful by asking or by forcing. You can say forcing all the employees to get salaries if they and participate in all the webinars, the training programs that happen in these 2 months, and a lot of them happen. I would have said a lot of our lot of product presentations were there. A lot of upgradation took place, especially upgradation on domestic tourism took place. in these 2 months. So I think encouraged all my team to keep upgrading, and I would continue the same way. I don't know about what's going to happen in the next 5 years, but I hope that we are still there 5 years later.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Vijay Mohan, sir. Thank you very much. It's been a great pleasure to have you in my show. And I don't know, as I earlier said, because you've been so senior as far as call is concerned, also in the hospitality industry, the tourism industry, you're a very senior person. And so there's a lot of things we have to also learn from you, because the kind of experience you have gone through. And something which I was really, touched is that you started with zero money, and so you took yourself from that level. I think that is something which really attracted me. And
now, one thing that got stuck into my head from my father was, he was from Uttar Pradesh. My father was from Uttar Pradesh, and he used to say in Hindi, "Pani pe malai jamana." That means
Pani mein?
Pani pe malai jamana. That means you should be able to set curd in water as well.
Yes.
So
yes.
that's the kind what I've learned, that it's very easy to work when you have the resources.
Absolutely.
But when you do not have the resources, and that's the time when the challenge has to be taken and make it happen.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It was wonderful talking to you. And this is very, very big pleasure for me, because we have been having a lot of episodes coming in. So I think this is something very special for me. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, my pleasure as well.
Thank you.